Our channel is focused 100% on stories like this, bringing you valuable information the media hides from you. Please, so you don't miss videos like this, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It really helps our work. For centuries, we've been taught a single, unquestionable truth. The Earth is a spinning ball, suspended in the vastness of space, orbiting the sun at unimaginable speeds. But what if I told you this is not the ultimate truth? What if the Earth is not round at all, but flat, a carefully hidden reality buried under centuries of lies, manipulation, and government control? Today we dive into one of the most controversial and ridiculed theories in modern history, the Flat Earth theory, and why many believe it may actually be the government's biggest lie. When we first hear the term Flat Earth, we're conditioned to laugh. Schools, textbooks, television, even Hollywood, everything has reinforced the idea that only fools could believe in a flat. But isn't that exactly how you'd react to an idea the government desperately wants to hide? Ridicule is a powerful weapon of control. By mocking those who question the narrative, authorities make sure fewer people dare to look deeper. So, what exactly is the Flat Earth theory? At its core, it proposes that Earth is not a sphere, but a vast flat plane, with the North Pole at the center, and Antarctica not as a continent, but as a massive ice wall surrounding us. This wall holds in the oceans and marks the boundary of our known world. The sky above us is not infinite space, but a dome of firmament, just as ancient civilizations once described. If this sounds like science fiction, ask yourself, why do so many cultures across thousands of years describe the Earth this way? Before modern science took control, nearly every ancient culture believed in a flat Earth, from the Babylonians to the Norse. From the Mayans to the Hebrews, their cosmologies depicted a flat plane beneath a solid sky. Were they all wrong? Or is it possible that the rise of modern science was not about discovery, but about rewriting the truth? One of the biggest questions surrounding the Flat Earth debate is this: why would governments lie? What could possibly be gained from convincing billions of people that the Earth is round when it's actually flat? The answer, many theorists argue, is control. If humanity knew we were at the center of creation, living on a flat plane designed with purpose, people would realize their power, their significance, and perhaps even their connection to something greater. By convincing us we are just tiny specks on a spinning ball in an endless, meaningless universe, governments strip us of identity, importance, and ultimately control. Think about NASA for a moment. This organization has consumed trillions of taxpayer dollars since its creation, supposedly to explore space. But what if their true purpose is not exploration, but deception? Flat Earth theorists argue that NASA's space photos are nothing more than digital composites, carefully designed images that keep the illusion alive. Why do so many space photos look identical? Why are there repeated cloud patterns in official Earth images? If these pictures are real, why do they often resemble computer-generated art more than raw photography? Even astronauts have slipped. Many have been caught on camera with wires attached to their suits, as if floating in a studio rather than in orbit. Others admit to using composite images rather than real photographs of Earth. Could it be that the greatest achievement of NASA is not space travel, but one of the most elaborate hoaxes in history? Another piece of evidence comes from the horizon itself. If the Earth is truly a sphere, the horizon should curve, and objects should disappear bottom first as they move away from us. Yet with modern zoom cameras and telescopes, we can bring back ships that appear to vanish, suggesting they never went over a curve at all. Pilots too often report flying for hours without ever adjusting for curvature. If the Earth were truly a globe, planes would constantly dip their noses downward to compensate for the curve, but they don't. Consider also the problem of water. Water always finds its level. Oceans, lakes, and rivers all lay flat across their surfaces. If Earth were a spinning ball, water would be bulging outward, sloshing around as the planet rotated at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. But no one experiences such chaos. Instead, water remains calm, level, and flat, exactly as the Flat Earth model predicts. Let's talk about Antarctica. According to mainstream science, Antarctica is a frozen continent at the bottom of the globe. But Flat Earth researchers believe it's something far more mysterious, the edge of our world. Explorers like Admiral Richard Byrd, who led missions to Antarctica in the 20th century, reported vast lands beyond the ice, lands that could sustain life and resources. His interviews hinted at a world larger than we've been told, yet his missions quickly became classified. Soon after, nearly every nation signed the Antarctic Treaty, forbidding independent exploration of the continent. Why? What are they hiding? The dome above us, often referred to as the firmament, is another key piece of the puzzle. From a flat Earth perspective, the stars, sun, and moon are not distant objects millions of miles away, but relatively close lights moving within the dome. The sun is said to be small and local, circling above the Earth like a spotlight, illuminating only certain areas at a time. This explains why we have day and night without needing a spinning globe. And if you've ever noticed sun rays shining through clouds in visible angles, you'll see how they suggest a close local sun rather than 193 million miles away. Astronomy tells us the stars are suns trillions of miles away. But if that's true, why do constellations remain fixed for thousands of years? On a spinning, wobbling globe hurtling through an expanding universe, the night sky should look dramatically different across centuries. Yet it remains eerily constant. The flat Earth model suggests the stars are embedded in the dome, cycling predictably as they always have. Another aspect worth considering is gravity. We're told it's a mysterious force that pulls everything toward Earth's center, keeping oceans glued to a spinning ball and people standing upside down in Australia. But is this really plausible? The flat Earth theory argues that what we call gravity is simply density and buoyancy. Objects fall because they are heavier than the air beneath them, and rise because they are lighter. No mysterious force required. Gravity as we know it may just be another invention to make the globe model work. Air travel provides more questions than answers. If Earth is a sphere, flights in the southern hemisphere should have efficient routes across Antarctica, yet such routes are rarely taken. Instead, planes fly strange, long detours, which only makes sense on a flat Earth map. Why wouldn't airlines take the shortest path unless something is being hidden from us? Now, let's address the psychological warfare at play. If the flat Earth theory were truly nonsense, why does it receive so much attention, ridicule, and censorship? Social media platforms actively suppress flat Earth content, labeling it misinformation. Mainstream media runs hit pieces mocking believers. But if it's just nonsense, why bother silencing it? Why not let it die on its own? The extreme effort to erase it suggests there's something worth hiding. Think about the role of Hollywood in shaping our beliefs. From childhood, we're bombarded with space movies showing Earth as a glowing sphere in the cosmos. From Star Wars to Interstellar, the globe Earth is normalized, romanticized, worshipped. But Hollywood is deeply tied to government agencies. Could it be that these films are not just entertainment, but psychological conditioning, ensuring we never question the globe? Education, too, plays its part. Children learn the globe model before they can even question it. Globes sit in every classroom, reinforcing the idea visually and subconsciously. By the time kids are old enough to think critically, the globe is so deeply ingrained that questioning it feels absurd. This isn't education, it's indoctrination. The flat Earth debate is not just about science. It's about freedom of thought. When we question the shape of our world, we are, in fact, questioning the very foundation of authority. If governments can lie about something as fundamental as the Earth itself, what else are they lying about? What else have they constructed to keep us obedient, small, and blind? Now, skeptics will argue. If the Earth is flat, where's the edge? What happens if you sail too far? Flat Earthers answer this with the Antarctic ice wall. This barrier is thousands of miles wide, and beyond it, according to some theories, there may be other lands, perhaps even other worlds. Some suggest governments have already discovered these territories, but keep them hidden, hoarding their resources and knowledge. What lies beyond the ice could be humanity's greatest secret. Of course, the most powerful argument flat earthers make is experiential. Step outside. Look around. Does the Earth feel like it's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour? Do you feel yourself hurtling around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour? The reality we experience daily feels still, flat, and steady. Our senses, uncorrupted by indoctrination, tell us the truth. The spinning globe exists only in textbooks and on screens. Even religion ties into this. Ancient scriptures across cultures describe a flat Earth with heavens above and the underworld below. For many believers, the globe model was introduced to erase divine creation, replacing it with a meaningless, endless universe where humans are accidents of chance. The flat earth theory, therefore, is not just scientific, it is spiritual. It reclaims the sense that our world was designed with intent, that our lives have meaning. But let's not ignore the risks of believing in this. Speaking about the flat earth openly can cost reputations, friendships, even jobs. Why? Because society has been trained to react with hostility. This isn't normal skepticism, it's social engineering. When truth is dangerous to the system attacks those who speak it. In the end, the flat earth theory may not convince everyone. But whether or not you believe, it forces an important question. What do we really know? And what have we merely been taught? Blind trust in